Let's talk, let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk, let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk, let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk, let's talk. Conversations that cool. Kitchen talk, let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk, let's talk. Conversations that cool. Let's talk, let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk, let's talk. What you wanna talk about?
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
All right, what's going on, black people?
Not much, not much. How you guys?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I will not complain. Today was a good day. It was a good day.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So this is Kitchen Talk CTC Conversations That Cook. I am super, super excited to have this moment. I didn't even know Footman was still alive. No, I'm just playing.
Don't do me like that, Larry. You know people done killed
So
me
he
off.
pulled up beside me at the stoplight.
Man, look, people done killed me off before, Larry. Don't do that.
So we're in the kitchen. I'm joined by Marcus Footman, local barber, and I am joined also by Erika Roberts, local salon owner of Blaze
Yes.
Hair Studio.
All right.
And my stylist, she get me right.
Of course.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Maybe she can get me right. I got some, them BBs that'll roll up on you like the police, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Straighten up, put a straightening
Straighten
comb
out
to
your BBs. Straighten out your
Straighten it
BBs.
out.
that. Them BBs. Sure.
Oh my goodness. So I am super excited. I thank you guys both. So Erika, just a little bit about Footman. We go back to GMP.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
little Zacchaeus.
yeah, he used to be a little aggravating.
Oh, not me.
No, not was that another what like a little brother.
Not me. Not me.
But he did, I will say this, he did preach this sermon one time, and I turned it into a whole play. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Rev, you did that.
That little Zacchaeus.
That's right. That's right. I turned it. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that was a good one. That was definitely a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And then
But,
Footman a
I
little
try
bit
every
about
night.
say what?
I say I try every now and then.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too. Me too. Every now and then. So Erika Roberts and I attend Shady Grove #1. I joined. She was already a member there.
Yes.
Has a voice of an angel.
Oh.
I heard.
Thank you.
Beautiful voice. Beautiful
Thank
voice.
you.
So not only is she gifted in the hands, definitely gifted in the voice as well. So those are my connections to you too. So that you guys can know where I'm coming from with what we're doing tonight. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? And so my concept or my idea is that most of this month, I want to talk about things that impact our mental health in one way or another. And also, I saw a series because, I love Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, boy.
So I'm just going to go ahead and, give my props of where I steal stuff from.
I like Taraji.
Oh, that's my girl now. Don't give her no. We not Footman, we not finna do that.
My bad. Okay.
Yeah, we're
I'll be
not
good.
gonna do
Be
that. We're
good.
not gonna do that.
I'll be good tonight.
Oh, can you?
Yes. I'll be good tonight. I ain't gonna let Erica see that I got a bad side.
Go on.
So, on OWN, she did a series on hair, and mostly around women. Well, it was all women actually, and right, and how we feel about our hair, how our hair speaks to us, how our hair speaks to our personalities, and just different things of that nature. But my element as well is bringing the male point of view into it as well, because sometimes I want to know, do y'all feel the way about y'all hair like we feel about our hair, like that sort of thing. So
Yes.
I
You
thought it
better
would
know.
be good to have. What you say, Footman?
You better know it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of
You
course.
bet. You better know it.
Hmm.
If that line ain't
So,
crispy, we ain't going out.
oh, it's got to be right.
It got to be crispy, like fried chicken.
Sharp. It's got to be sharp.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so that's the conversation that I wanted to have, and I thought it'd be great to bring on a female stylist and a male barber or a male stylist or however that worked out. So what happened was what had happened. I was trying to find. I was
Mm-hmm.
like on Facebook Messenger, Footman, can you? And fortunately, he said yes. So I wanted to say with what 24-hour notice? Was it even 24 hours? Notice, I really appreciate you
But
coming
that's about one
on.
of them Riley. Yeah, that's one of them Riley specials. He taught you very well.
Well, gotta love him. Gotta love him. Yes. You said it's gonna be good for me.
Oh, my bad.
Just put the
Just
glasses
don't take me to
down.
IHOP. Right.
Stop it. So
If you know, you know.
what?
If you know, you know. Just
I'm
don't take me to
stopping.
IHOP.
You know what? We're not here for that right now. I can't with
Okay,
you.
go ahead, Larry.
I can't with you. So, during one of those stories, one of the episodes, there was a senator, Presley, I think her last name was. I just looked it up. Who had a hair crisis. So I couldn't remember whether she said it was medical or anything, but she woke up one morning and pretty much the hair on her head was gone.
Oh wow.
And she's a senator. She had stuff to do. She had to speak and, just this whole thing. And while I was watching it, I began to think about how would I feel in that moment if something like that happened to me.
Yeah.
That definitely would affect my mental health. And she was saying
Hmm.
that she called her people and they got her together, they got her wig and this, and then eventually she stopped wearing the wigs. And I think the last time I seen her, she was just completely bald and just okay with it.
Right.
So what I wanted to know was so for Erika, how long have you been doing hair?
Um, it's been over 25 years.
So you probably were called a hairdresser at one time, maybe.
Yeah, hairdresser, beautician, all of that.
The stylist now.
Yeah, stylist now, stylist.
So in your years, what would you say about hair and women and how they feel about their hair?
It's it's an expression. It could, I mean, it's about confidence or lack of confidence. It could be security as well. So something like that happening, it would definitely affect you. Most women, some of it will rock it with pride, but then other people, they'll definitely be self-conscious about it. But it's a big deal with most women.
So yeah, so hair is definitely so Erika knows I love big hair. So I'm always like, I
Yeah.
don't, and I'm lazy, so I'm not gonna do my hair.
So that's an expression for you. That's
Right.
your expression.
That's my expression. I think you relax my hair maybe twice,
Uh-huh.
and
Probably.
about 6 to 8 months later, I'm like, okay, here go my weave.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to get up and comb hair. No.
Yeah.
My. I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah, it's kind of
Mhm.
crazy, but it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and with the way things are now, you can have whatever you want to be. You can switch it up. You can be low maintenance, no maintenance, all of that. So if you don't want to do it, it's always something out there for you.
Absolutely, and I love every piece of it.
Yeah.
Every piece of it. So, Footman, for men, let's say if that were to happen, is it the same impact?
Yes, very much so. Life altering, life changing, because I mean, it's almost like a lot of us men, we deal with the gradual changes of our hair and our hairlines or whatever, but just to wake up and it's all gone. I mean, yeah, it's like life changing, life altering. Um, I think I can all relate to a sermon that I once heard. Sleeping in the barber's chair, that's when Samson woke up and all his hair was cut off. I
Mm.
mean, and just like that, you feel powerless. Like what am I gonna do? That type deal, and
Mhm.
um, it's like what's next? Because there's no gradually losing my hair. My hair gone now. So what his
Mhm.
eyes gonna do now?
Mhm.
And like in your Oprah, The Color Purple, what his eyes gonna do now?
Mhm.
So yeah, so I mean, very much so the same is life altering, life changing. And it could take some time to get used to. I mean,
Mhm.
because just like you were saying, the mental prospect, and the mental aspect, excuse me, of this thing. I mean, if you're one of those quote unquote uh, pretty boys who gonna come to the barbershop every week, going to make sure your hairline is crispy and in place, the curls of your hair in place, the wetness of your hair is on point, and you just all of a sudden lose your hair, man. It's almost like losing your pride's gone, your money's
Right.
gone, your woman's gone,
Mhm.
all of that on. It's a thing that can alter your life and cause you to have some mental issues.
Mhm.
And that's very interesting to hear you say it, especially when a bald head on a man is not as, it's kind of like, oh, okay, we see that all the time
Mhm.
versus a bald head on a woman. But I never
Right.
really thought that you all would feel kind of the same way, like as we do about losing hair. That's
Well,
interesting.
yeah, absolutely, and especially when you live in a time and an age now where the young people or the people that are coming up, they don't cut their hair. And
Right.
Mm.
it's
Mhm.
they're rolling out of bed and it's locked up or it's dreaded up, or like I said earlier, it, so it's and then from going to not cutting your hair to now your hair gone. Yeah, it could be a change.
I can
Yeah.
imagine. I can imagine. So,
Yeah.
so now we go through some things that can, enhance, hide, whatever is going on with our situation. And so I know back in the day it used to be the toupee, but I actually seen on Instagram a barber doing
Man, we
a man weave.
Man, yes. Mm-hmm.
And
all
I
right.
sat there and watched that. I was like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not just on the head. They got it on the face now too. So
Yes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Right. They make the fake beard.
Yeah,
Yes.
fake beard. Yes, that's a new thing.
Yep. Glue it on, flat
It-
iron it, all of that. Whole
all of that.
lines of products.
Yeah, they got the new thing now where now you got the waves in your hair and then you got the waves on your beard. So I'm like, yeah, that's too much for me. So yeah, but yeah, they got that.
I did not know they was doing the facial hair too.
Check
Yeah.
it out, check it out, man. That's that thing that they came out like, Hollywood. The movies when they had male actors that well now, we got to figure out some way to have for this guy to have cornrows. So there goes the man weave or the man wig.
And afros.
Yeah. Fransley Moist.
Put me in, coach.
I'm ready to play.
Put me in, coach.
How are you?
I'm working on greater. Hopefully everybody's doing the same.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, definitely. So this is Fransley Moist. He is co-host of Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations that could.
That's what they do. That is what they do. We've been rocking this for a little while. Fransley Moist. This is Erika Roberts.
Hello.
Salon owner of a Blaze Hair Studio and my stylist. So all my great looks come from her.
Okay, I know who to go to now.
Yeah.
And this is Marcus Footman. He is now Marcus, do you own your barbershop?
Co-own.
Co-own. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the name of it?
Trends Barbershop.
Trends.
I heard of Trends.
Yes.
Okay. And then how long have you been barbering?
12, 13, 14, almost February next year be 14 years.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's hard work though.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Over.
I can imagine it is. I can imagine it is. And so Erika has been which is hard to believe, but just over 25, you said about 25 and some.
Yes.
Yeah, she looked like she 15.
Right.
Strong in the paint.
Right.
So we were talking about, and I know I probably put this in the group text, friends, but I wanted us to I was sharing with them how I've seen a series on OWN where the women were talking about hair and different people and different experiences. And so this is Mental Health Month, and I wanted to do a show. Well, I've been wanting to do a hair show anyway.
Yeah.
We talked about that, and so I thought this would be a perfect time to speak to how our everyday things. We might not even think about it in that way, but our everyday things that speak to our mental health, whether that impact our mental health as well. So thus I have Ms. Roberts and Reverend Footman on Kitchen Talk today. So I am super excited about this conversation. And I just learned, friends, like today, I'm today years old. I learned that they have the man beard weaves.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Now this is all natural now. Let me get that disclaimer first. This right here is all natural.
And now you gotta say that. That's the part that's tripping me.
But you know what? I'm not mad at it. Because if the women, and don't knock it, growing up, like, don't touch my hair. Don't. This is my hair. Yes, I bought it, but it belongs to me. If the ladies can do that, I think the men should do the same. If you want to put in a beard or a piece, and that makes you feel good, what's the difference? It makes the men. So we get on the men, but the women, you've been doing this, and I can't say that because men have been doing it too for a long time.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
But in the Black community, it was a faux pas.
Exactly. Now our counterparts have been doing it for years, but not us.
Yes. Yes. So they used to wear the wigs, the white wigs in Parliament to go to court, to go to work, and
Right.
our founders of the country, they wore wigs to do whatever they did. But for the Black community, a man putting on a piece, or even like you see, I got my grays too.
Right.
Even dyeing the hair,
colors,
the
sprays.
Yep.
Yeah,
So whatever it may be, if for the guys it has to be natural, but for the ladies we give them a pass. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah. So JT Plumber.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
How are
Y'all
you?
doing all right? I'm good.
Yeah.
JT, you look like you're wearing a piece right now.
I'm wearing a what now?
I'm just messing with you.
Man, he looked like Usher off that album cover.
Oh yeah.
Man, listen.
Let it burn, right?
Oh man. That's good. That's good.
I think we got to do better. What do you guys think? The ladies, what do y'all think about the guys wearing?
So for me, when I first saw it, when I saw the barber on Instagram doing it and how nice it looked, I was like, hey, if you don't want to be bald,
you can't tell.
Then go for it. But
Absolutely.
just like I don't like bad weave on women,
right?
I don't like bad weave on men either.
Mm-hmm.
So it need to look nice. So if you can't do it, get somebody professionally to do it.
Absolutely.
That's what I say.
Wade the Barber changed the game, man. Wade the Barber.
And you know what? It's big money.
Yeah, it is.
It's big. It takes first. I think it takes a while to get certified to do it. But once you're certified, a lot of guys they go in and get it done. I used to work at a salon, and we had women who had issues with their hair, so they didn't want to be in the salon when the salon was packed full of other people.
Sure.
Right.
So they had their special, client because they were sensitive about your hair, especially when we're talking about mental health. So luckily the owner at the time was very, very aware,
accommodating,
and accommodated her and said, hey, you know what? Come in. This is your time. We're going to take this slow. We're going to go through this process so that she felt good.
Yeah.
And whether the women have good hair or I should say issues or not issues, because I think all hair is good hair.
Yeah, I think we passed the good hair, bad hair.
Yeah, we passed that.
I got
way past it.
But it's kind of interesting when the person gets out of the chair, right? For the barber and for the stylist. When the ladies get out of that styling chair, they feel like amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
And I
confidence
think
go from 0 to 100.
Yeah, the guys are saying, when I get my cut, I'm ready. I'm ready, coach.
We ain't going straight home either. We got to go and walk out. We got to go and walk around the mall. We got to go and walk around the mall. We got to go somewhere. And let this haircut be seen. Let's go see how many numbers we can get this right quick before we go home.
Hey, man, you're telling the secrets, man.
Oh my God!
I know. And when you get it for your month, it's like, oh my God, I can't sleep. It's gotta stay like this,
Oh yeah, y'all horrible after the first day. Ooh, it's too tight. You gotta sleep.
You gotta pat
it. Yeah. It's gotta stay right.
That silk bonnet.
But then I will say that sometimes as you grow older, like for me, I don't get nothing I can't sleep in.
Correct.
When you're younger, it don't matter. It could be this how, this whatever. When you get a little older, you like, nope, nothing I can't sleep in. I got to be able to go to sleep in it.
Right, all about comfort.
And see, I think that also goes to mental health as well.
Absolutely.
Right, like
absolutely.
I'm really concerned about my sleep more than my hair. But I do still think it plays so much of an impact of our identity and who we are. I saw some of the early videos of the guys getting the piece, and they look like if they were 60 or even 70, they turn back to their like 25.
Yeah. They are not. It'll knock a good 40 years off of them. It'll knock a good 40 years off of them.
It really, and the interesting thing is because, like we were saying earlier, with bald heads on men is pretty common. So, and some men rock it really well.
Right.
Some men you like, you might need some help.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it though. I am one of those type of people. I done already told everybody, man. Listen, I'm not fighting it. I don't have male pattern baldness or anything like that, so I don't have that to worry about. But if I ever got in that position, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go. We ain't doing no man weaves, any of that. We just gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get the razor and go ahead and knock the rest of it on off. I just do it.
It depends on what part of
maintenance
stage
too.
of life.
Once you started, it's maintenance.
Yeah.
It just all depends on what stage of life I'm in before I let it go. No.
But that's also what I say about gray hair. Like I feel like I'm still too young to gray, so I get mine colored. I'm not ashamed.
You know, the other thing is I think it goes a little bit deeper than just the hair, right? So I think the hair tells us what's happening on the inside. So my professionals can tell me if I'm eating right, if I'm sleeping right, if I'm stressed, all of that affects the hair. So
absolutely.
I think in our community, we really need to have those discussions. So I don't have to put in the dye too early, because you know what? I probably just need to relax a little bit. I might need to eat a little bit more. I may need to exercise, right? To get that blood.
Now, does that do that? Does that create your gray hair, Nikki?
Oh, absolutely.
It can, yes.
Really?
Sometimes it can be premature.
The life you live, the things you eat. If you live in that hard life, you're gonna gray early.
Gray early
means you're partying, getting no sleep, always on the go. You know, not taking care of your body, not eating right. All of that, plays a part into your hair growth.
Right, and I know for me, sometimes clients don't want to hear about the health, the nutrition, the rest, the stress, that kind of stuff. They want quick answers. They just want to know what kind of grease, what kind of shampoo can I use, not realizing that it's coming from within. You know, sometimes you can't fix it on the outside.
And then what kind of wig do I need to put on?
Right.
Or what type of treatment should I put? And then again, some of this treatment, as we're finding out now, is causing more damage, right? So you've been straightening your hair out with that perm used to call. I can't remember the perms back in the day.
Just for me.
Just for me. There it is. Now we find out just for me is causing more issues than helping you. You know?
Hey, listen. I heard this discussion one day. Not to cut you off, Lisa. They said that anybody that was rocking a Jerry curl back in the 80s is bald right about now.
Stop.
All of them bald.
You know what I'm thinking about right now? Coming to America.
Oh, man. Just let your soul go. Just let it die through.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was funny.
I think that soul glow is really just that. We're not letting our real souls, ourselves, come out. So we mask it by buying products. The hair company is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Absolutely.
And we fueling it as a race, as a people. It's us.
Well, I wouldn't say all because they wear weave too.
Yeah.
Well, I say the most of us, because black.
But
folks,
it's our wanting to conform. simulate.
Yeah. Well, we follow trends
Yeah.
more than anybody. So, you know,
And that's the
if
crazy.
somebody, yeah,
Go ahead,
if you
Mark.
somebody, yeah, I'm sorry. If you have somebody rocking a fro this week, you're gonna have 10 or more rocking a fro next week. Because just like now, where I was saying earlier, well, this generation of kids, they don't cut their hair. You know, they believe in this new sponge thing, sponging their hair or locking their hair.
Yep.
You know, is it healthy? No, because you're not taking care of your hair. You know, you're letting all that stuff build up in there and under there. So I mean, you know, I was always told one of the first things I was taught in barbering class: whatever you put in your body comes out through your hair. So you know, that's and or whatever you put in comes out, and
It comes
that's
out.
a true statement. So you know, if you're putting bad stuff in your expect bad hair to come out. So yeah,
All natural. All.
So what is this? What is
and
the this matting? Like, are they just like, what is that?
it's a new thing it's not new
It's
Not
because
new. South
it's
Florida.
it's a
it's been around for a while. I mean,
yeah.
they say it's the most natural way to grow your hair is being locked, but you know, to me, that's just more work.
Can
I,
can
I
they comb that out?
Nah,
I don't think you want to comb it
Nah.
out.
You can
That's
comb
what I'm
netting
like.
out. It
But
just takes a
you go
while.
It does
you
come
go you
out.
gonna get all kind of bugs and everything else coming and falling up out of there. But you don't want to be in that. You don't want none of them problems.
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what? I am not
You might
opposed
catch an
to.
old Rally's French fry up in that joke.
I am not opposed to that hairstyle. What I am opposed to, and you said it, Mr. Footman, is you're not taking care of your hair.
Right.
Right. So it's the care of the outside and the inside. So there is I see that now. A lot of the women and men, they're not really taking care of their hair. And I feel like, so are you taking care of you, going back to the mental health on the inside? Because obviously you're not taking care of the outside.
Right. Right.
And the crazy part is when you do the outside, then you start feeling good on the
On
inside.
the
The
inside.
inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw this video. The guy was a homeless guy. And a
Yes.
barber said, you know what, I'm gonna just come out and cut hair. He just cuts hair for free, and he posts it on his Instagram and pages, like social media pages. This guy had to be, again, an older gentleman, and he transformed into a young, he looked fresh, clean, like the most interesting man in the world. And you could see how he felt. Like the transformation was so big, it just wasn't his physical. You saw it inside of his spirit.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know if our kids and our people understand how deep that goes, right?
Yeah, they don't.
I think that we do in some ways, because we do spend time at the hair salon or at the barbershop. So I think we do see it, and it does feed us in some way to go. Like my mom used to love to go to the to get her hair done, and she didn't mind sitting in there for hours and hours because she liked the camaraderie. She liked
Oh yeah, y'all got to go get that gossip.
and that part too, because she was good and nosy. That part too. But for me,
Don't
I'm
do Miss
like,
Pat like
okay,
that.
come on, let's get this done. Let's move on. But in those cases, sometimes we need those outlets that we may not have access to a therapist or money to pay for
Absolutely.
therapy. We can go to the beauty shop. Like Erika, like speak to that a little bit.
It's cheap therapy. It's cheap therapy. Yeah,
And it's not cheap, it's free therapy.
well, you still gotta pay for the hairdo.
Still paying. You're just not paying for the therapy.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people come in, and I know for me, since I've been doing it for a while, a lot of my clients I've had for over 20 years, so they know me. They know that what they say is going to stay in the salon. So
Absolutely.
you know, they get counseling, they get affirmation, you know, all of that. So you know, if if it's not me, it may be other stylists or other clients that they can talk to while they're in there, and just feels like, you know, a family atmosphere.
But Erika and Marcus, can y'all talk to is that trend trending up or trending down? So like, you know, Lisa's mom, when she was there, the salon was packed. You know, all the ladies of the church, you know, they ready for that Sunday morning do. But nowadays, are we seeing a trend where they're coming in to kind of talk and sit and get their hair done? Or is it just, you know, not as many? They're still coming, but not as much as we've seen in the past.
I think certain salons still keep that culture. Others not so much, because some people, you know, people are doing hair at home. They want stylists to come to them, different things like that. So there's so many other options now that it wasn't like that before. But yeah, people still look for that. And sometimes even after going home and, you know, getting hair done at the house and stuff, they come back to the salon for that culture because they feel more secure there around other people, you know, and that's what they know.
Or they come back to get that fix that old boy messed up. So, you know, it happen like that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But I'm gonna on the barbershop end, I'm gonna maybe kind of disagree with Erika. I think they still come for that. They still come for the camaraderie. We're always going to talk about sports. We're always going to talk about what's going on in the world. I just think now the young kids that come there, they don't talk, but they listen. I mean, they still find answers to their problems in the talk that is being given, because you know the older gentleman or the middle-aged gentleman or the gentleman that has a career, they're going to talk. They're going to ask questions. You know, as a barber, you may not know those questions, but somebody else in the shop knows the answer to those questions, or have been down that road that they're traveling. Like one person may have just gotten married, and you know, we asking the age-old question, well, how can we understand women? No offense. But you know, everybody has their tea to spill on that, you know, whatever. But I think the younger kids, they may not be communicating, but they're listening.
And I know for me, I use that as a way to connect even with the kids. You know, I make it a point to ask about school, and you know, because some of them do come in quiet, and I make them talk sometime, you know, because I want to make sure that, you know, they're okay mentally and stuff too, because I don't like to see kids that, you know, are frowning or, you know, unresponsive. So that's just how I am.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
So is there a big difference between the barbershop and the beauty shop? Like, what would you say would be the difference?
Nothing.
Just gender. There's a difference.
Listen, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's it. One's a male, one's male, female. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to work at FedEx back in the day. The worst thing I ever did. The worst thing I could ever do. They put a beauty salon on my route in Thomasville. And man, I used to feel like a mouse in a room full of snakes when I used to walk in there. But listen, them women be ruthless. They think y'all think men got some potty. Ooh, listen, boy, listen, them lady I'm talking about. I like what I see in them shorts. Hey, hey, listen, what? You know, I'm like, oh my God, yo, I'm
what's wrong with that?
It ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't no problem. You know, I just, you know, my mouth can be kind of, you know.
Don't do it, JT. Don't do it.
I know. Listen. Oh my God.
I think
y'all ladies.
JT just brought it out. It speaks to that. Like that experience going in is more than just hair.
It is more,
right? So when we're talking about the camaraderie, the building of the character, the building of friendships and bond, Lisa, you've been going to Erika for how many years now?
Maybe before the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
and I know Lisa, Erika, you probably had clients older than that who's been with you for a long time.
Yes.
So
did you have to get her a high chair?
Y'all say good night to JC Plummer.
Hey, listen.
Kicked out of the broadcast room.
Hey, I got to go anyways. My load ready, so I got to go ahead and hook up and get up out of here. So
be safe, JT.
All right, JT.
So I just wanted to know, when we're talking about long-term relationships that are being built, during that time, you pretty much, it's like another family.
Right.
When you start seeing these people on a regular basis. So again, it's more than just hair.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yes. I've seen children grow up, people getting married, having kids, people supporting my child as he's grown up, and it's definitely a long game.
Yeah.
And it's always great to me, like in some things I want to deal with the same person every time.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so when you have a stylist that you could be with for the long term, like my, first, beauticians. So they were hairdressers, beauticians, just the whole line of it. But I remember one time, every time I would find a good one that, would take care of my hair really well, because I'm gonna tell you that I'm tender-headed, and if you hurt me, I'm not coming back to see you.
Right.
So
yeah.
If I sit down in the chair with you and say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, because as a child, it was people that would do our hair, and this one lady, she was like, oh, I'm gonna break you out of that. You can't break me out of being tender-headed.
Yeah. And some people just don't care.
And so to me, if I go to you and I'm telling you all of this stuff and you're not paying me no mind, then you're not the person for me.
Right.
So when you find that person that really listens to you, and find a person that won't let you do something crazy, even when you come in there, like, well, we I've had a stylist like that, like,
talk you off the legs.
I'm not doing that.
No, that ain't it.
And they right, but you want to go in there and push the envelope anyway. But just finding that person that you could trust with your hair,
right?
Trust with the complexities of your hair, the changes of your hair, and you sit there like, I just went to Erika on Wednesday. I'm like, everything all right? It look okay, So you just. And that they're going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you some things to try or not try, or do this or not do that. You just trust what they're saying to you. And so that's another big thing that also speaks to our mental health, when we could go to somebody and we ain't got to worry. Like Erika was saying, we don't have to worry about if I say something that somebody else going to say it, and then it's going to be here and be there and be the other place. But also that I could trust with my hair. That's not gonna jack me up.
Yeah, because y'all do come in there with them pictures. Make me look like him.
Like this, exactly like this.
And
well, that is kind of true, because how many pictures I done gave you, Erika? I don't come in with mine. I text them.
Even worse.
In advance.
You're gonna do this.
I'm like, I want this. What I need to buy.
Right. So I have this other comment. I got two, and I hope y'all can address this one.
Okay.
Disciplining your child. And I know y'all probably seen this a couple of times. Child, boy acting up. So Marcus, this is right up your alley. Acting up in school, and then the parent brings the child in and said, I'm gonna give you a
Okay,
George
barbershop too.
George Jefferson. There it is.
Barbershop too.
How do you think that affects the child? And then they
Footman, you
post
wouldn't do
it.
that, would you? Please tell me
No,
you would do that.
no, I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, discipline. You know, you're talking about on one hand, you're talking about discipline, and then on the other hand, you're talking about a traumatic response.
Correct.
That's
My
abuse.
conversation is first with the parent. I mean, you know, that's not going to help. I mean, if you give them a George Jefferson, what have you done? You just, you know, traumatically embarrassed your child because of this. I mean, does it really help with the discipline? So most of the time, you know, I mean, and then on top of that, you just created another mental crisis for the kid because now when he's gonna go to school, what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna laugh at him, they're gonna pick at him. So yeah, they're gonna let them have it. And these kids these days are ruthless.
There was back in the day too.
Yeah, we were what we friends. But no, I mean. That's I don't agree with that. I mean, as a paying customer, I give you what you want, but I do reserve that right to decline that because I don't, and my heart won't let me do it. So I mean, I mean because my thing is, you know, I have kids. I mean, I have a son, and you know, part of his personality is his hair, and if you take the hair away from you, you're taking away the child's personality, or like you said, France, it's his expression from the inside. So disciplining, I don't think it helps. I think it actually hurts more than it helps.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sad because it's something that it is, like we said, it goes deeper than just, oh, you just got another haircut, right?
Right.
So then how does that affect the child? How does that affect the parent? And then more importantly, you putting it on social media. So where it would have been a few people, now it's a few million people who are now watching this traumatic situation over and over again. And again, we don't know how deep it goes. It's not just hair.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Right.
Yeah, it speaks, your hair speaks to so many things. And even though we don't really talk about it, like I know being a part of mine is what I like. I like big hair. And it's just like it's part of my personality. I got a big personality. So I want my hair to match, you know, that sort of thing. But then there are times when I'm like, okay, I don't want to deal with anything. Can you just make me look nice and elegant and simple? And so, but I still have my big personality. But this is my, you know, this is my chill days. Or if I get braids or twists, this is like my for real summer. Don't want to do nothing, you know, that sort of thing. So I think that our hair speaks to so many different facets of our life, and the salon and the barbershop and the stylists are so important to us.
And let's go the opposite way, Lisa. And y'all tell me which, because the guys, you could get the bald head, and the guys, you know, it might, like you said, some of them it works, some of it don't work. But the ladies with bald heads, I love it.
If you can rock it, rock it. I'm not mad.
Wakanda Forever. I don't know who the character was, but they were rocking the bald heads.
That's a bad girl though.
And I've had college colleagues who were starting to do that, and I said, man, I know you were struggling with your hair and trying to do this and that and find the best style, but when you cut it all off, it's like a whole part of you. You just like, it's like you're showing yourself to the world. I don't know what it is.
Hey, babe.
Also true. I don't know what it is when you have that, when the ladies are, what do you guys think? When the ladies are all natural.
And me personally, I mean, it's not just the bald heads, it's the shortcuts or the quote unquote the man cuts on the ladies. I mean, some of these ladies, man, they fades be tighter than I.
Oh yes.
So I mean, but yeah, man, yeah, it's a new trend. Well, not a new trend, but it's a trend.
Yep.
That's more prevalent now that the ladies the women are wearing more shorter haircuts or barber cuts. I said, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think it's nice. I mean, especially if it fits their face, it fits their the body and that. Yeah, man, yeah, And that's I can't elaborate too much more on that. I get in trouble.
Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble.
People are doing it now, but it's always been around.
Right.
Sometimes people get aggravated, or it may be a change of life, or just a different expression. Just like waiting to exhale, you just chop it off. You never know what people are going through, but sometimes it's just freeing, just to just get rid of it
and start anew. Right? Yep. New experience, new. And again, it's like all styles, whether it's no hair or big hair, it's you, right? This is an expression of you. You're Marcus, you said it earlier, you are coming out.
Right.
So what you put in is coming out. So whatever that is that's inside of you is now coming out. And if that's all need to come off, then I'm for it. I think again, it's really do we love who we are, regardless of how
absolutely
the style, whatever it may be? Do we love who we are?
And sometimes it's like your first risk-taking opportunity, right? So a few years ago, I did a fully blonde weave. It was like a risk-taking moment. Like, am I really gonna do this? Whatever. And it turned out really nice. And I was like, oh, okay. So from that, I was like, well, if I could do that, if I could wear that, then I could go and say, okay, I need to go get this job right here. So it just speaks to so many things that we may think is simple, but it does give us like this extra layer of confidence. It boosts our mental health. It boosts, just the happiness and the joy. Because when you look good, when and sometimes when you're not feeling so good, and you go and you get this or you get that, or you make your face up or whatever, it give you something. And you be like, okay, well, let me come out of this not feeling good and be like, oh, okay, yeah. So
absolutely.
So sometimes that hair, and then when you have that stylist that is gonna support you in that and affirm that, and not let you go too far out there. Because I had a stylist before, Erika. She would let me go, but not too far. Like, okay,
let it go all the way. That's what I'm talking about.
She wouldn't let me go too far, but
do it.
Like, okay, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that. You can do that. So to have that, like that partnership of your expression. So it's really good to have somebody like that. Like I bring stuff to Nikki, I be like, okay, Nikki, this is what we gonna do. She gonna like, oh, we gonna get some color this time.
And pushing you up to do it.
Right.
And we need pictures. I need to see that blonde weave. I need pictures.
Okay, I'll text it to you, Footman.
Because I can't believe you stepped out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Not reserved Lisa.
So my barber, shout out to my barber. Let me do that shout out to Candace at Faye's Barbershop.
Hey, Mark, that's my guy.
Yeah. There's some good guys in there. She's been my barber. And let me go back to my two first barbers. First, my cousin Eric. Shout out to him. He got his own shop. And that's another thing we could really talk about is the entrepreneurship side of this, right? And Black businesses and Black people supporting Black businesses. And then my brother, who became my free.
Everybody love that word.
When he moved out, I was like, I'm gonna have to find somebody. And luckily, I found a great barber. She does just that, Lisa. Like, you know what, friends? I don't think you need to cut it all off. I did it. We had a good time doing it. She's like, nah. Nah, we're
let
gonna
it grow. Let it grow.
let it grow. We're gonna trim it up. We're gonna clean it up. And sometimes she say, yeah, you know what, let's bring it down. Or sometimes let's let it grow in. But I think again, it's the relationships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that we build from start to finish, knowing that no matter who does the hair, they are looking for your best interests, right?
Right.
Right.
I want you to look good. So that is my next question. I know we're running out of time. Is I'm working with a team on customer service.
Hey,
Customer service and excellent service. How important is that?
I'll
And you
let
guys
Eric
can
go.
speak to that.
I'll let Eric
It's important. It's important. We always want to do our best for the client, but being an entrepreneur, sometimes it's not in our best interest to go along with everything the client says.
Correct.
Um,
That's why you're the professional.
Yeah, you can dismiss clients and still be professional. I've had to do that as well, but I definitely try to be, the best that I can be for all of my clients.
And before you give your response, Marcus, the reason I brought this question up is because when the pandemic hit, everything changed. So I'm a part of the wellness community because I do think barbers and hairstylists are, of course, part of the wellness community. So it's not just your hair; it's you're really doing wellness work.
Right.
It was a change, going through school, you were taught certain things. Okay, I need to clean the chair off for each person. I need to make sure all of the products and the things that I'm using are clean, are ready for each client. My combs are nice and clean, as new. It's pandemic hit. Those who are not doing the best said, okay, I got to change up my game because people are watching now, and I might hurt somebody in this process.
Mm-hmm.
So now, pandemic has pretty much been washed away, and I don't know if the customer service has also gone out the door with it. What do you think about that?
I don't think customer service has gone out the door with it. I think people are just reverting back to their old selves.
Right.
I mean, when the pandemic hit for me, it changed my business because I used to, as a barber, I just used to survive strictly on walk-ins. So I'll schedule some appointments, but now it's something that I've taken seriously and gone strictly by appointment only.
Yeah.
And so that gives me time to make sure my station is clean, my equipment is clean, my utensils are clean. Because now, it's like, okay, well, it's serious for me because, now, they made it so, barbers and stylists are easily to be sued now, so,
yeah.
So it's, I think people just reverted back to them old selves.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't know if Erika can attest to this, because the barbering and stylist brand is being watered down so much because they're reducing requirements to be licensed in the state of Florida. So I mean, I think the brand is just being watered down, and now you have to create or recreate yourself, kind of like what Wade the barber did. You've got to create something different, and to survive. I mean, because you look at Wade the barber, who started the man weave. He used to be Steve Harvey's barber, making $1,500 a haircut. He was good. What I'm saying, and Steve was getting his haircut maybe almost every day.
Every day.
Yeah, so I mean, $1,500 a haircut, that's good. But now, like you said, the pandemic hit, and people started reserving themselves from, the weekly services or the bi-weekly services, and now, maybe once a month. So, people feel they got to flip and do something, to make up the in between. So now they're lackluster in their habits or their, as far as keeping the station clean and all that. And so if you were like that before the pandemic, I think, a lot of folks are just reverting back to that, and you got to be cautious about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's so important because again, whether you're coming every week or a bi-weekly or once a month, that experience should be an amazing experience.
Absolutely.
Because it's a transformative experience, right? So no matter what they get done, you're transforming that person, enhancing that person, maybe inspiring that person, as Lisa said earlier, motivating that person. So if you're not really giving your best, I gotta speak to this. I know we right on time.
Hold on, friends. Erika, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, as far as the cleanliness and stuff, I mean, stylists and barbers should have been doing that before the pandemic anyway.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, cleaning your capes, cleaning your towels, cleaning your station, all of that should have been done before we do continuing education to protect against stuff beyond coronavirus. So, if you weren't like that before the pandemic, then you would revert to that after, people stopped making you do it, but you should have been doing it anyway.
Absolutely.
And that goes to my next question. It'll be my last one. Lisa gonna get on me.
So how you come late and keep us late? I want to say.
Listen,
but this what he do. This one right here. That's what he do.
This one is the last one. I promise. The continuing education piece. A lot of these new stylists, they're coming in and they don't have that same background, that same experience. How important is it to have the continuous education? Yes, they changed the game in the state of Florida, but now I think we have to be ahead of the game as people with the skill sets to say, you know what? I know you didn't get all of the skills you needed in the classroom. So I'm going to use my facility as a place for you to continue to learn and continue to grow. Don't think you just learned that one or two things at the school and you done and you're good.
Right.
Speak to that for our new age barbers and stylists who are getting ready to jump out into this wonderful career.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I think it's just something, especially with people being able to go to houses and being able to braid and stuff at the house. That's one way that we can, set ourselves apart as professionals to say, okay, I've taken the continuing education. I do the extra stuff. I invest in the more expensive products and stuff like that to, show that we are doing more than just the average person who's just doing it as a hobby on the side.
Right.
So, and in the salon setting, that's some of the stuff that you learn that you may not have seen, especially if you're just getting a braid license, or you don't even need that anymore. You just doing hair.
Right.
So those that come into the salon, they can see that. They can see the work ethics and business management, financial management, and customer service and all of that we can offer in the salon or the barber shops that, you're not seeing at the house. Because you can go to somebody's house and they can do your hair, but they have kids running around. They may have strangers in the house, all of that. So, we can set ourselves apart and show that we are more professional doing it that way.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
And me personally, I was blessed when I came up or first graduated from barber school. I was blessed enough to go into a shop where they had older barbers there, and I learned a lot by watching them, and then and how their techniques and their skills, and how they interact with their customers. I learned a lot by watching, and then also YouTube became my best friend. With all the new cuts or the new styles that came out, in my downtime, YouTube, I'm always watching YouTube. Okay,
YouTube University.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Teach a whole lot. When the Mohawk came out, And you know, it was only certain barbers in Tallahassee you can go to and get that perfect mohawk.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to do a mohawk too because my son wanted to rock it. So, you know, I'm on YouTube trying to figure out how to do this the mohawk. And so, just like Erika was saying, you know, that extra time and effort that we spend to perfect our craft. That I say that again, perfect our craft.
Right.
You know, and the time that we invest in ourselves is very imperative to survive in a game this long. I mean, you know, Erika, like I said, Erika's been in here 25 years. I've been in here 14 come February of next year. So, you know, you have to learn to adapt and, you know, have to learn to perfect your craft in order to continue to survive.
Yeah. And also, like you said, being around older, more experienced barbers and stylists, like I was taught, you know, get your support shoes, stretch, you know, wear support holes. You know, it's more than just doing the hair. You got to preserve your health and, you know, all of that stuff too.
You got to look professional. You can't be coming to the shop looking in a mess. So one of the things that I also do is work with small businesses.
I thought that was your last time.
That was my last question. But I had to say this piece. You got to look the part.
Yes, sir.
You got to look the part. You can't be looking crazy. And you talking about you're a professional. Yeah. On that note, you both have been professionals on here. Kitchen Talk.
See what he do. See what he do. Why is he taking over my job?
For this excellent conversation.
I love it.
I can't stand him. Oh my God. Listen, thank you so much, Erika.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Marcus. So, Erika, tell us how we can reach you, your salon, and if anybody wants to come see you.
And follow you on Instagram.
Yes, it's all under Blaze Hair Studio. The salon number is 850-216-2529.
Footman?
On Instagram, trends_850. And also, I don't like giving out my personal number, man. So, you know, just hit trends_850. You know,
Gotcha. So. All right. So this has been Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations that cook.
Listen, if you are watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another show. If you are watching us on Facebook, hit the like button. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can always see what is going on in the kitchen. France, next week, we're honoring our mothers. So we're going to talk about motherhood next week.
Oh, Lord.
I know. We got to do it.
We got to do it.
We got to do it. So,
we just talked about the mothers of the church today. So now
you know what? See this?
Why I couldn't be on that show?
Because you're not a mother.
No, but I like to talk about the mothers of the church.
No, we're not gonna talk about. You know what? I can't.
We are. We talk about the mamas.
See,
ain't no mother like mother.
See what I gotta put up with, Erika? And then this one jump on the bandwagon.
We are.
Okay, so we gotta go because France will have us here all night. Thank you all so much. Good night. Thank you, Yvette, for watching. Good night, y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh,
let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen Talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. Conversations that cool. Kitchen Talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. Conversations that cool. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about?